Very good morning, students. We was thinking about the how we can improve the make the people as a resource. For that, we was thinking about the we started to think about the economical activities of men and women, and we thought about the quality of life. In that, we started to think about education. We started to think about education, and here we can see that education. Okay. Again, that story is continuing. Sakal's education. The initial years, he was bore him, and the fruits of the later year means they when they he started his studies, he felt like that it is very difficult. But when he studied and got job and started to earn money, he understood that is very good because of our initial education. I got some, and the input of that time, the growing time, he got the important input for the growth of Sakal, because he got a better opportunity for education, and that's why he got an opportunity for studying as well as doing job. Already we have seen that one. And the census of India 2001 series India 1, it is saying the literacy rate of that blue color, it shows the blue color shows that total persons, and red color male, and green color female. That also we already discussed. And in 1951 to 2001, if you are looking, we can see progress in the progress in the literacy rate of men and women as well as in common. And still we can see the literacy rate of gents, it is more, and ladies, it is little bit less. And we discuss about the Navodaya schools, means the and the schools which kept for the financially deprived people of each and every districts. They want to write an entrance, and if they are getting good mark, they can go and join in Navodaya schools, and they will get free education there. Then with that, from 8th standard onwards, we started a vocational stream. In some states, from 6th standard they started vocational stream. Some school areas it is started by 3rd standard, like the differences are there. But we can see some of the streams like tailoring, cooking, like the different vocational streams. It started with school, means from school itself. Then the how much we are keeping for education purpose. In starting, we can see was keeping very less amount, that is rupees 151 crore for the first plan. And that reached to the 10th plan. When 10th 5-year plan we are taking, 43,825 crores amount we kept for educational expenditure of the education. And with that, we can see the when we are thinking about the percentage of the GDP in the starting time, we was keeping only we kept only 0. We kept only 0.64 percentage in 1951, and 3.98 percentage in 2002 and 3. Means the percentage also it is increasing, total amount it is increasing. With that, when we are taking the percentage of the GDP, that also increasing. And and budgetary people, they are thinking about how we can make it, the estimation they are doing, and they are keeping some amount for that particular purpose. And the literacy rate has increased from 18 percentage to 65 percentage in 2001. All these question may ask us one word question, you can note it, underline it. And literacy is not only a right, it also a need. We are saying that according to our constitution, literacy, getting the education, free and compulsory education up to 6 to 14 years, it is compulsory, like that we are saying. This is not a right of the people, it is not only a right of the people, it is also need for of the citizen to perform their duties and enjoy their rights properly. Even though we are having many rights, but we are not educated, we don't know how to make use, then we can't enjoy that rights. So first thing, to perform our duties perfectly, as well as enjoy our rights properly. For that purpose we need education. And we can see the education rate when we are comparing with the rural and urban area, and male and female both we want to compare. The literacy rate among males it was 50 percentage, and females higher than females in 50 percentage in urban area. Even in the urban area, if we are considering the male and female literacy rate, it is 50 percentage extra, or 50 percentage growth we can see in male literacy rate. And again in urban area also we can see 50%. In rural area they are not getting that much education facilities. That's why in urban area we are maximum people they are educated. The next point it is primary schools. The literacy rate will vary from 96 percentage in some districts of Kerala, and 30 percentage in some parts of Madhya Pradesh. Means the variation between the literacy rate, that is from 96 percentage to 96 percentage to 30 percentage. It is the disparity between this one, it is 60 percentage. That is a very huge gap we can see. In some areas we are having 96 and above percentage of the literacy rate or a better education, and other areas it is only 30 percentage. And the primary school system has expanded to over 5 lakh 5 lakh village in India. In different villages we started small schools, and even though that schools not enough, they are not keeping the quality, they are keeping poor quality of schools, and many very high dropouts we can see. For that purpose we are keeping SSA, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. This we can see when if you are visiting some of the schools, government schools, they may written like that SSA. With the help of SSA fund they made water tank, they made small auditorium like that things you can see, or the boundary compound wall they done like that things you can see with the help of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. What is the different importance of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, or what they are doing? They are taking the providing the elementary education. They are trying to give elementary education to all children from 6 to 14 years old, from 6 to 14 years old by 2010. By 2010 they targeted that much, but they're not reached that. We know that different situation. And it is a time bound initiative of the central government. It is a central government initiative, short form it is SSA. And they are taking the partnership of the state governments, local governments, communities, and the communities to achieve the goal of the universalization of the elementary education. Even though it is the system of central government, and central government alone if you are doing it won't be a effective one. That's why they are taking the partnership of state government, local government, and the community people. Then, along with it, the bridge courses and back to school camps have been initiated to increase the enrollment in elementary education. Not only thinking about the school and how they can improve, they are thinking about how they can make the bridge course. If the gap between the dropouts they stopped education before 2 years, now they want to come and join again in school, so they want to get bridge course, then only they can understand what they can revise the lessons what they studied in olden days, and what they are going to study like that things. And some camps also they are arranging to give maximum enrollment in the schools. Then another one thing they are doing, midday meal. They are midday meal scheme they are implemented. With that they are trying to improve the nutritional condition of the students, and the retention of the students. They want to continue means many all 10 years in the school itself for that purpose. So what are the things this may ask us, it may ask us 3 mark question. What are the things doing by SSA? Under SSA what are things we are conducting, or what are things they are organizing? Under SSA what are things they are organizing? First thing they are thinking about the elementary education of 6 to 14 years children. Second one, they are conducting bridge courses and as well as the back to school camps. Then they are providing midday meal for what? To encourage attendance, retention of children, and improve their nutritional status. And the policies could add the literate population in India. Because of this particular policy, we can see the literacy rate, it is increasing. For that purpose, SSA, depending on, it is a central government project, they are taking the partnership of state government, local government, community as well. Then in 10th point, endowed to increase the enrollment of the higher education. Not only the elementary education, they started to think about the higher education also. That again it is increased. That is the age group of 18 to 23, means graduation time and post graduation time, and it is increased from 6 percentage to 6 percentage to 9 percentage, 6 percentage to 9 percentage. It is increased. They thought like that in 5-year plan, 10th 5 with the 10th 5-year plan, they planned all these things. And strategy focus on the increasing the access, quality, adoption of state specific curriculum modification, state specific curriculum modification, then vocationalization and networking on the use of information technology. Different methods they are using. The SSA, they are using different methods for the higher education purpose. That is, one is increasing access, the availability of the school, colleges and universities, it is they started to increase. Then quality, the UGC keeping some of the quality measures. According to that only we will get courses. Then adoption of state specific curricular modification. What all things needed for a particular state, according to that they can, state can modify the curriculum or the syllabus of that particular topic, subject. Then vocationalization, vocational means like vocational skills like engineering, lawyers, like that courses also started. Then they are networking with the help of the use of information technology. We have the very good example here in Tamil Nadu, and with this Madras University, with the help of Loyola College, Madras Loyola College, what they done, they taken the IT students or those who are technicians of the electronic items. They sent them to the different villages. Then they taught the village people how to repair the things, electronic items like a TV, fridge, and other things, and other things. What all things was available on that time? It was the story of 10 years before. And one of the then one of the result what we assessed like this, the one TV was not at all working. They showed to different technician, it was not working properly. Then that house owner, they called one of the student who studied from this Madras University, off campus students, those who are outreach program students. And that student, one of the student who learned from this university student, he just came and touched the TV and just tapped the TV, and TV started to work. Means the technology, the practice how much we are getting, according to that the quality of our education, it will increase. For that purpose, vocationalization means that is really skill training. That is really skill training. If we are skilled, we can say like that we are, it may be different skills, then we can say like that we are resource for our country. Then next one, the plan also focus on the distant education. We can see different universities, they are started to give distant education programs. And the next one, coverages of formal and non-formal and distant and IT education institutions. They started, they given financial support to the people, those who are ready to start institutions as a formal or non-formal or distant, as well as IT education. We can see like the 3-month course of IT computer or 6-month course, that is under the after that course they will get government certificate from the government agencies. Like the situations are there now in India, many states we are having that one. Over the past 50 years, there has been a significant growth in the number of universities and institutions for higher education, especially with the specialized areas. Specialization in MA also we have many specialization. MSc also we are having many specialization like that. And in table it is given like that 1951 to 1999. In textbook we are having up to some more years, that is 2016 to 17, how much it is improved, that details it is we are having in our textbook. We will continue next video.